ever had a fight with your friend, or worse, broken up with someone at 2 a.m. after watching a reel that says, "Know your worth, queen," or "5 traits of a gold digger"? This video is for you because social media might just be the third person in your relationship and not in a cute way. Hi, I'm Shravya, and today we're talking about how social media is slowly, silently, and sneakingly messing our relationships. Like for real, we think we're dating people, but half the time we're dating the reels, ideas, and real advices. Let's start with the most obvious place, your scroll. Because whether you realize it or not, that daily scroll is shaping the way you look at love. Part 1, how scrolling messes with our idea of love. You see a couple traveling to Italy, and suddenly your relationship feels boring because he only took you to Domino's last weekend. Reels show only the cute surprises, only the positive part of the relationship, long captions, and the cozy stuff. And that's what we expect 24 by 7. Reality check, that couple probably fought 10 minutes ago in the cab before taking the perfect shot. But you now feel like something is missing in your own story. And this just doesn't apply in romantic relationships. It applies to personal self as well. Example, you had a great day, hung out with your best friend, you guys went and watched your favorite F1 movie, and then you've had a nice bowling session, and then you had your favorite food, everything's going on track, and then you come back home, you open your Instagram, and then you see a couple getting engaged on a beach. Crash. And suddenly, the whole day of fun that you've had is just out of your mind, and you're constantly thinking about proposal on beach, which you've never had. Done that, been there. You had such a great day, but in one moment of scrolling, the whole thing is vanished. That brings me to point 2, which is we date based on trends, not what we want. It's not just the dreamy aesthetics, it's also about the rules that we are following right now. The ones that are trending, but not necessarily right for us. Like someone saying Delulu is the Sululu, but girls and boys, no. Tululu is actually the confusion because one day they're asking you to soft launch your man, and the next day it is if he breathes near another woman, pluck him. The issue? We keep grabbing the advice from internet as if it's custom made for us when it's actually not. What works for someone else might not work for your personality, your emotional needs, or your values. Context matters a lot, but we don't stop to think. We see something, we apply it. Boom, chaos. Example, ever like someone low key but did not date them because they did not do something or they did not meet the expectation that a social media platform has set for us? Happen? You answer it for yourself. But that's exactly what I mean. We choose partners based on whether they'll fit into that ideal boyfriend image set by some platform and not based on how we feel around them. That brings us to part 3. Real advice is ruining real conversations. As if it wasn't bad enough that the way we date is influenced, now even the way that we started having conversations with a friend or a boyfriend or a girlfriend has started being influenced based on some caption or some quote you see on social media. You see a reel that says, "If he doesn't text you good morning, he doesn't love you." Girl, he was just sleeping. Relax. We've made social media posts our standards, that too without context. But remember one thing, advice without nuance is dangerous. Not every red flag is a deal breaker. Some are just human moments. Don't blame any of these posts later. The thing is that we are not having the bandwidth to think for ourselves because there are constantly so many posts available that are cluttering our brain with a lot of information, not even knowing that they're not curated for us or our relationships, and we're blindly following them. We're blindly seeing them as the guide to our relationships, our career, something present in the social media platform that you're adopting, and saying that this is something I'm going to follow now. This is my career path. This person's trash because this post says so. And while there are creators who are giving shallow one liners for clicks, there are some genuine creators out there who are trying to empower us with a lot of information like emotional bonding, boundary setting, trauma, inner work, healthy boundaries, healthy relationship, a lot. But we want to see only that one liner. We want to initiate the breakup based on one reel that we've seen. Hai na? But even then, you follow this or that. Not everything they say will apply to you. Someone's trying to tell you something just so that you have your information. Someone saying, talking about physical abuse, that doesn't apply to you, that you kind of relate to it zabarstiliy to your relationship and initiate a breakup. That's gonna be on you, how you consume that content. Take the insight, not the instruction. Learn to filter out what's the helpful content and what's the noise. That's exactly why I say real advice is ruining real conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's go to part 4. Unreal expectations for both men and women. Just give it a thought, even for yourself when you're choosing someone to date. Social media has messed up our expectations. Let's be real, both men and women are confused AF these days. Women are told love should look like constant surprises, fairy tale dates, bringing flowers, opening the door, 3 a.m. calls, aesthetic feed, all while looking Pinterest perfect. And men are told love should look like a woman who's chill, low maintenance, hot but humble, gives space, never complains, and somehow heals his wounds without ever being too emotional about it. And because of this confusion, a girl who needs communication and support ends up with a guy who says, I'm not too good at expressing. And a guy who needs emotional safety ends up being with a girl who's distant because she's trying to be the high value woman, just like the reel has told her to. You won't believe real relationships are now called bare minimum because social media has completely made love look like a movie. But actual love, it's someone listening to you after a long day, being there when things aren't aesthetic, choosing you on days when it's hard, not just when it's cute for the camera. Which brings us to part 5, self worth crash. So, what happens when the movie like love doesn't happen? It's the self worth that takes the hit. Let's be honest, Instagram is not just showing us love, it's also putting a price tag and a filter on it. You see someone getting flowers, you question him why he didn't, and you see some girlfriend hyping her boyfriend on Instagram, and now you question why your girl hasn't hyped you up or tagged you on a post. We are forgetting that love is not always loud. Sometimes it's in the silence. Sometimes it's just in the way someone listens to you, in the way someone understands our silence, someone remembers our favorite snack, someone's opening a bottle and giving it to you just sitting right across the table, but knowing that you need the bottle open because you have dirtied your fingers. It's in these small gestures that you find love. It's just in the way someone just listens to you. It's how you respect each other's preferences. Some people show up more in reality than anyone could ever show up in a highlight reel.
Yes.
And that's the fam that I'm talking about. That's the kind of people that I'm talking about. You should never miss out on. And especially because of some social media post. Which brings me to part 6, my story and how I realized I was emotionally blind. Yep, I was there. Been there, done that. Yes, I was also losing sight of what mattered. And it took me one day to realize it clouded my whole assumption and perspective. There was this time when I found myself questioning the small moments of joy in my life. So there was this one day when I kind of planned an outing for myself. I went out, chilled with my best friend. We kind of went to a movie and then we had a lot of fun. And then I was super happy until I came back home and I opened my mobile when I saw this one person who shifted countries and is having a lot of fun. At that moment, I kind of felt that my life was too basic. And that kind of literally crashed my whole mood. The whole time I spent that day having fun, it just vanished in a second. And I completely forgot the amount of fun I had that day. At that moment, I kind of realized that I wasn't sad because my day did not go good. It went perfect, in fact. But I was feeling sad because mine did not look like someone else's. And that is the comparison I stopped doing in my life. That's when I paused. I had to. I muted a bunch of people. I stopped romanticizing what's going viral. And then I started appreciating what's real, what feels real to me, what I have fun doing. I stopped chasing what should make me happy as per some social media post and started looking from this perspective that what makes me happy in general. And that made a lot of difference, you know. And if you're someone who can relate to this, if you're feeling seen when I say all of this, trust me, maybe it's high time you kind of have to rewire your brain. I think at the end of this thing, everybody's making content, to most of them at least are making content so that they are they are giving something to people, they are educating people, or they're helping out people in certain way, but not all the information is for you. And that's exactly why I started this channel. Understand that not all information that's available online is for you, is curated for you. It is not. Please learn to filter out content. Please learn to see things the way they are and stop relating everything to yourself, your relationship, your personal life, and creating chaos out of that. I'm not here to give you more noise. I'm just here to make you unlearn certain things and build what's going to help you in the long term. That is, think for yourself in this very noisy world. So hit that subscribe button, not because I told you, but because you feel seen. And like this sort of content, follow me on Instagram. I'll put up the link in my channel page and right down below as well. And I'll see you in the next video.